Saab stable itself, really illustrating the great development of designs from that Swedish manufacturer that occurred during the post-war years, and indeed, including the Saab B-17 of the Second World War era. But now, we're about to see an aircraft, the English translation of whose name, Thunderbolt, is very appropriate, rolling now, the Saab AJS-37 Viggen.
Very sporting takeoff there, Ben. A really impressive performance indeed, and I agree, totally wonderful to see it back in, completing a full 360
And that short takeoff, George, happened because the aircraft was designed to meet astonishingly demanding demands on the part of the Swedish Air Force in operations from roads and unprepared scripts. Exercises during the Cold War for off-airfield operations by the Viggens were common. The idea was if one forward drone base was bombed, put out of action, the aircraft had always been able to taxi to another one. The design program went through various changes, but it produced a superb fighter that entered service with F7 wing at Sortonas in AJ-37 form in February 1974.
So completing a loop there and teardropping down, he's going to go into a series of barrel rolls now with another pull-up and then rolling off the top. So keep your eyes peeled. It's a marvellous display so far, flown by a very talented young fellow, Stellan Anderson. Ben, I suspect you've met him.
Yes, in fact, he joined the Swedish Air Force 1969 and he has a huge amount of experience on all of the frontline types since then. A Viggen display pilot in his active service and resuming that role last year on this beautiful silver example. Very active in the Cold War on quick reaction alert scrambles, both by the AJ-37 attack aircraft with a secondary air defence role and the JA-37 air defence variant with a secondary ground attack role.
Rolling off the rubber, massive great move there. That was hugely impressive, using all the sky. Fabulous stuff.
The Swedish Air Force pilot for all of that time, and Peter Lindgren said we were allowed to fly at 10 metres above lakes and 20 metres above ground, and we did that at high speed. Look at the platform, the double delta platform of the Viggen. And the aircraft's performance was such that JA-37 air defence variants, a more powerful version of the Volvo Fligmotor RM8 engine, were the only fighters that were able to get a radar lock onto US Air Force SR-71 Blackbirds operating around the Baltic. They had to fly at the very edges of their envelope to do so, passing through Mach 2 while climbing to 20,000 feet.
Yes, now Ben, best explain the JAS and the AJR configurations. There are obviously Swedish derivatives of attack, strike and reconnaissance roles, so just explain that.
AJ stands for attack, and I think jakt is the Swedish word for fighter, so that's attack and fighter. JA the other way round, and then the S added to this designation is spaning, I'm not quite sure of the pronunciation, which means reconnaissance.
There you go, that's a good inside track, and he repositions now for a slower speed pass. Coming in from your left hand side.
329 Viggens were built. When they were retired, the majority were turned into things like beer cans, and several of them preserved. There's one